It's me. Cheers, ladies and gents. Tonight's beverage is a bubbly. Welcome to Monday night's Toypixx live stream, where tonight we're going to be talking a little bit, anyway, about the Star Wars Black Series reveals because, frankly, I don't really pay attention to the Star Wars Black Series stuff too much. I catch it, I see what's going on, but most of the time I look at it and I'm like, well, I can pass that. They're not doing anything. But the sculpts for Black Series are always awesome. It's everything else that I always find questionable, I suppose. So we're going to talk about it because I was pleasantly surprised today. And then Mezco on 1/12th day, January 12th, I get it finally, showed off a couple things on their end as well. So we're going to talk about those two things and whatever else the stream decides we need to chat about. So if you're catching this on the replay, let us know in the comments what you're most excited from both the Star Wars Black Series and Mezco's drops for the day. Now, as you can see on my screen here, I have my Moff X Boba Fett in the background because I don't have any Star Wars Black Series figures anymore. I was like, you guys are taking too long. You're not doing good enough, all that. I'm just getting rid of all of it. Now, I shouldn't say that. I've got maybe one or two Yodas back in my Yoda shelves, and I've got a couple Grogus floating around somewhere. But to say I have figures, I really don't. So today I was, again, really surprised and kind of pleasantly so. So why don't we just skip what I'm thinking right now and head over to the chat so we can find out what all of you are thinking right now. Sci-Fi, what's up, sir? Greetings and toytations, everyone. Well, Valaverse has 2 new Praetorians for order and a $99 Praetorian bundle pack. There's the Pyre Praetorian, a glow-in-the-dark version of the Fury, and the Wraith, a smoky translucent version of their standard Praetorian. Mythic Legions came out with new Cosmic Legion character packs. These are available for pre-order on their site. Anton, what's up? You're in. I'm feeling much better, Sci-Fi, and I defeated the aliens that were trying to harass your comments. Anton, I'm glad you're feeling better, man. Good to see you this fine evening. Sci-Fi, glad your regenerative abilities kicked in, most esteemed Time Lord. Unfortunately, I myself have been affected most vehemently by the phlegm prophets and the mucotus magistrates from the Virax. Good Lord, man, that sounds way more serious than I was planning on getting tonight. Let's see, Nebula, I will nevertheless recover from this inward attack eventually, thanks to the antibody angels of Armageddon. Wow, many words, many words. I understood a few of them, though. I'm pretty stoked about that. Star Wars The Black Series has been lackluster for quite some time, but after today's presentation, they may have just changed the game for the other Hasbro lines with their new sculpts, articulation, and wired soft goods. I actually want everything shown today. I am curious on the price for the deluxe figure with wired soft goods, though. That will definitely make a difference on how people rush or decline this. That's most true. That's it from me for the bi-weekly rundown for today, man. I need a mutant healing factor now. Back to you, Dave. The esteemed chat. It's time for some t-shirts and hats, don't you think? Yeah, I got to figure out a new spot. Guys. I think the Shopify still links at the bottom of the videos, but I don't know for sure. Do not shop from Shopify. I got to go fix that. They take forever. I don't know what's going on there right now, but truly, if you're going to shop or buy t-shirts from anybody, do not do it through, what is it? I'm sorry, it's not Shopify. It's Teespring or Spring now. Yeah, avoid Teespring and Spring. I'm going to make some adjustments in that thing. Good to see you, Sci-Fi. Hope you're feeling better soon, man. Hola, Mr. Spencer. Good to see you tonight. Spaded one, ninja kick the damn rabbit. Do something. Where was that? I should know that quote. Why don't I know that quote? What's up, Pixelated? Good to see you this fine evening, sir. Skill, thumbs up. I'm going to assume thumbs up because I'm just seeing squares to the esteemed chat. Good to see you, Skew. Pixelated Black Series really went all in with the new figures. It was great to see how they took on the challenge of a wave of agents. It was crazy. Wait, what do we have? What do we have? That's awful. Oh, somebody said that's awful. Let's see. What's up, Dave in chat? What's going on, Brick? Good to see you. Sorry, Mom Pix just texted and said that's awful. She's actually watching. Now I have to pretend to be on good behavior. John, that quote is TMNT. They're watching the turtle, tortoise, and the hare. That's right. Why did I not remember that? Thank you, John. Good Lord. Spaded, I'm a little disappointed that 112 Day consisted of one re-release, one repaint, and one variant. All great figs, but I was hoping for something new. I wondered, I recognized Crab Louie and I knew Doc Knock, and I thought the two guys were familiar, but I wasn't positive on them. Pixelated, sorry, meant aliens. No worries, man. No worries. Yeah, you're right though. They went nuts. I was pretty impressed. My man, John Spencer. yeah. I should have come up with that. I was kind of sad that I didn't. Anywho, what else we got? What else are we messing with? Why don't we actually start by going over here in a sec? Well, in a sec, hang on. Let's just do this now. I said share screen, you fiend. Here we go. We're over on the Mezco side of things for 112 Day. And then I have to say, sometimes I'm like, oh man, guys, do you have to show all the other people taking shots right now and everything else when they're making announcements? But I got to say, the people taking these shots do incredible work. So when we click on this thing right here, we got Crab Louie, we got, what are these guys? We got Doc Knock jumping in, the Decapod gang. I couldn't remember them. But that's a sweet shot there by Tory Immersion. I want to go through. We've got more. Ooh, I really dig that. That's very nice. Sully's Toys. I really like the way that's lit up. Oof, very nice. That's that, man. I got work to do, guys. I got to start stepping up my Dio game here. This is Nerdy Subjects. Ooh, man, all these are so good. Jason B. Michael, I've been seeing his stuff quite a bit lately. He does killer work. This could be actually killer work towards the end there. Man, the way he shines the light in here, he's got to have some kind of smoke going on, just a little bit. You just need a little haze to make the light do that. Man, yeah, and it's everything in here is super clear. The way that he's lighting the side going on here, most of that's probably coming from the back. Yeah, this is sweet. This is good work. That's nice as well. Off-the-shelf pictures. Gotta love that. Oh, Doc Knock's in trouble. Ooh. Man, that's got kind of that cinema look from Toy Immersion again. Ooh. That's faded ever so slightly. Might be a lot of atmosphere aerosol going on here, but he escaped it with this leg. But that's a very cool look. That one's Sully's Toys also. Don't worry. We'll get to actually looking at the stuff, but it is all about photos, so we got to check that out. That's a totally different look. I love it. So this is, oh, wait a sec. Sully's Toys went with a couple. So they've got kind of that neon look almost going on here. And then this more sepia tone. I love that sepia tone. I tend to enjoy a lot of color in photos as well. But because the pants look kind of washed out here, I don't like that quite as much as I like this. Wonder what else we got. The old BTS. Yeah, that's an incredible shot. And then we've got Jason B. Michael again. Wonder what we've got here. Oh, wow. Going a little Frank Miller style. Little Dark Knight. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a monitor. That's why you want a monitor for the background of your shots. You want to drop it in there, put whatever on there. make your characters do all the things. He's got the little lights going on. He's, oh, the big light with the flaps. You can really direct light this way. That's sweet. And there we go. That's kind of the announcement of Doc Knock. Ah, and you gotta love this. Somebody's got milking. Milking gift going on there. That's fun times. All right, I've done enough talking for a bit. Let's go see. And I'm gonna go to the chat just so we can leave the milking gif up. Spaded, yeah, the Decabod gang were originally red. Now they're green. Skew, what's up? Salute, bullseye, bomb, 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 fire, fire, fire. 100. Translation from the square, even though it can be hip to be square. It is always hip to be square. Kindness, the ultimate punk rock. That's, for whatever reason, that came into my head when we said that. All right, John, I'm kind of glad Mezco took it easy on us. I still have multiple pending orders from them, and money is tight. Yeah, that's always a good thing. Like if money's tight, it's always nice when things aren't dropping. Like my January this month has already sucked. Everything's in now. Well, one more thing is supposed to come, but most everything's in now, so I'm about to breathe. Harry, what's up? Am I fashionably late? Oh, you are, my friend. But, being fashionably late, it's no big deal. That's usually how I do parties. Not how I did parties when I used to go to parties. No, I need to go to more parties, I guess. Star, what's going on, man? Good to see you tonight. See, John, I had to buy some, clips for my dios. They came in Friday, but I haven't had time to work with them yet. It's been crazy. RPG Saturday, and then Mom and I sick Sunday and today. Oh my God, guys. All right, folks, here's the deal. We all got to get healthy. In fact, okay, I know we've done this before, but here's what I want you to drop in the comments. Give everybody your best sick remedy. I don't care if it's cold. I don't care if it's flu. I know the old hot toddy used to work for me. That was just a little bit of tea, lemon, honey, and just a touch of whiskey. And maybe it didn't actually work, but at least the whiskey made it so I'd fall asleep. So yeah, drop those remedies in the comments. Let's help our people get better. Spaded, I like that the releases were all themed together. The originals of these releases were all marketed together as well, with Dot facing off against the gang and Crab Louie. I remember when that all went down. But like Doc, I still kind of want to get that Doc Knock V2. Good luck with that, I'm sure, but that's a good looking figure. See, Skew Brick, whip. It's good to be us. Skew Mini the Mandalorian Studio Monitor. Yeah, it's good times, man. Spaded one, I need Mezco to ship the new Casey Jones and Thor ASAP. They can slow down on Casey because what I'd like to do, I have a light February coming. So if they don't ship Casey right away, like at the end of January, I might be able to swing him in February. And I would very much like to do that, though that does add to the total I'm already in on when it comes to pre-orders for the year, which I think would be higher than I like to think about. John, I just take a shower and sleep. Man, usually when I'm feeling really down, there's no showering. There's just laying on the couch and going through YouTube and passing out when I'm lucky enough to. But keep it coming, keep it coming. What do we got? What do we got, guys? All right, Star. Has Mezco gotten around to actually releasing figs now? I thought they just dropped pre-orders and called it a day. I hope these release in my lifetime. You know what? Usually with Rumble Society, they seem to be pretty much on it, don't they? Like, Spaded one, let me know if I'm off, but I think Rumble Society, they show them off and they sell them pretty quickly. It's the more licensed stuff that tends to take forever. Like, I'm thinking about the Batman that took, 3 years? The Keaton Batman? Skew, take care of the esteemed chat. Zinc, vitamin C, Russian tea with honey and Ricola soaked in it. And don't punch me. Nobody's going to punch you because I'm the one that just said Ricola. So if anybody's going to get punched, it's going to be me. Skew again, don't touch me, but feel, don't punch me, but feel better. If you survive the hot Russian tea, you are a G. Okay. All right. Hot Russian tea. Now I'm curious, Skew. So you're not saying the Ricola was the joke that was going to get you punched. You're saying the hot Russian tea is. I've never had hot Russian tea. So is it this is terrible. This is going to go with totally against. This is going to ruin all PC things. Is it just hot vodka? That's what I'm wondering. Ah, I know you said yep before I asked if it was hot vodka. So here we go. Now I'm gonna go back through. We're gonna go through some of these picks again because these are all really sweet. Another toy immersion shot. Man, they keep they keep making Doc Knock look like he's in serious trouble. I'm loving this shot. That is Doc Knock, isn't it? Off the shelf pictures again. That's sweet. Oh no. Crab Louie's had a better day. Ooh, yep. He's basically using his head to just stand on, balance himself, as you do when you're in the middle of a throwdown. But I love the battle going on there. I love the effects. The only real effect when it came to Photoshop looks like maybe around this blast effect. Everything else looks like he was just lit up this way. It's sweet stuff. Okay. Oh, being sneaky, sneaky. I like that too. And man, I've got so much work to do on my dios. Like, as in, I need to make dios. But look at that. Oh, Doc Knock's going to get the drop on those boys, and it's going to be rough. I'm looking right now to see. They're kind of looking out for him, though. Ooh, that's nice. That is nice. Another nerdy subjects photo. Crab Louie getting the beat down in on Doc Knock. I love a good punching pose, and that's a good punching pose. That looks great, actually. That's got the follow through. Ladies and gentlemen, that is textbook how to draw comics the Marvel way. That's what I like to see in my photos. Look at that. Got a little bit of a foreground going here. Has a touch of the Photoshoperation going on with the front. I have nothing bad to say. I do that quite a bit. Oh, see, I always wonder there. Did we get it just as he pointed the gun up? Or hold on, I don't know if I said that was just straight up Mezco too. But here I'm wondering, okay, did he pull up the gun just that split second and he's about to shoot? Or is he going to give him time and announce that he's there? I don't know, but Crab Louie's in trouble. And that's another toy immersion shot. I like Toy Immersion's logo. I don't know that I follow them. Hang on. Okay, I follow them, and apparently they followed me. That was nice. All right, where was I? Here we go. Ooh, Sully's Toys again. We're going indie style here, it looks like. Oh, whack. I'm loving these shots. I have to say, on one hand, Off the Shelf Pictures did this one. On one hand, I'm like, oh man, just announce the figures. But on the other hand, these are phenomenal marketing shots for them. That's sweet. Oh, I believe Doc Knott just got hit by a light pole from Jason B. Michael. I love the way he lit up the background there, and it looks like it just rained. Like, that's insane. And you wonder how you get that effect. Like, what I'm thinking of is something like not aluminum, saran wrap, something like that. But there's no way you get it that clean. So I don't know. I mean, it's probably not something, if it's a classic dio, like a home build, you're making it out of the pink stuff, you don't want to get it wet. So whatever he did to pull that off is really cool. And then obviously he's got some atmosphere aerosol or something similar going on in the background. Like, the camera was just set up here. He was spraying something back here and took the shot. And it's wonderful. Dude does great work, guys. Make sure you're following all these people. Kind of like I was. Int. All right, let's jump back and see what we've got going on here. Skew, thanks to my Uncle Ed. Nope, not vodka. Find the actual tea. All right. Russian tea. Got it. Now I'm curious. I'll be the one that tries most of the stuff that most people would be like, that's nasty. I might try it and say it's nasty, but at least I'll try it. So if I can find some Russian tea, I'm in. Skew, Dave getting Brat Pack, Anthony Michael Hall, head up recipes with the vodka, or heel up recipes with the vodka. Oh dear. It's been a while. Molly Ringwald approved recipes only. Oh, the Brat Pack. I haven't seen any of those movies in years. Star, who is that guy on the side of the hole in the wall? When your weapon glows green, you just know it's pretty serious firepower. It's quite the attention grabber. I think that was Doc Knock, Star. Skew, fire picks and shots. That 5-inch Doc Knock base could use a 112 version. Y'all get that car yet? Ooh, I don't know. Who did order that car? Star, I'm wondering if these guys are running a chain of seafood restaurants as a front for their operations. Oh, great. You're going to add cannibalism to their list of crimes. That would be horrible. You know they're actually operating burger shop fronts. Spaded was hoping they'd show Doc Knock's vehicle today. Man, it's been a long time since that thing was announced, hasn't it? Or am I way off? So this is another nice one by Nerdy Subjects. Gotcha's Crab Louie hanging out in what basically looks like a ship with Doc Knock hanging over a net, or hanging up in a net. These are nice. Man, people kill it. I got to up my game. Off the shelf pictures with this one. Let me make sure I'm following them. Yep, I am now. Gotta love the filter here. Slight yellow filter going on. It looks, man, it looks like a movie still. Oh, that's not at all free. Oh, Doc Knock's going to get a victory there. This is Sully's Toys again. Good Lord, guys, I'm horrible. I'm not following any of these people, apparently. And here's your normal Mezco shot, the Decapod gang going on. Toy Immersion. Oh, Crab Louie had a better day, or has had better days. All the haze. I'm scared to death to use atmosphere aerosol, especially with figures with cloth goods. I don't know. I got to make those adjustments. Brick tells me that it's good, it's fine. But for some reason, I can't do it to myself. And I used to use it all the time. It makes for some great photos. Here's another one from Nerdy Subjects. Man, yeah. The only problem with this is Pepsi getting its shout out. Yeah, these are just phenomenal. So yeah, there you go. That's what Mezco had to offer. That's what the people taking the photos for Mezco had to offer as well. Happy 112 day. Happy 112 day, Harry. Excuse, Crab Louie is behind the Red Lobster rebrand and remix. Maybe. He is that villainous. Star, let's see. I bet their HQ really smells. They'll never get rid of that fish smell. Ew. Skew, I love these pick, man. Yeah, these guys, they killed it. Spaded one. The green skin on those decapods opens the door to some zombie customs. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, you can make those pretty freaky. Game Quest DQ. What's up, man? Thank you. Evening all. Great Mezco reveals, but I'll have to be content with last year's knock to let my wallet heal a bit. And enjoyed your top 5 video. Nice curated list. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It was a fun one. I gotta make more videos. I actually made another video today, but I don't know if it's going to go up because it was sort of a news video and the news is kind of gone, but we'll see. We'll see. I figured out what I was doing wrong in one aspect, so I might be able to still make it happen for tomorrow. But I appreciate you checking out that top 5. Let's see, Skew, use the right haze. The right haze? Oh dear, Star. Doc Knock seems like a modernized version of the Shadow. Pretty cool. I didn't think of it that way, but I think you're onto something. Oops, sorry, Skew. That car will be fire. Yeah, I love that car. Like that car paired with the second Doc Knock is going to be just those on their own are going to look amazing. Like it's got the steampunk look perfectly. Spaded. I have the original Doc Knock release, and he's easily my favorite of the Mezco original characters. Dang. See, I like Gomez because he's a little sillier, but I do want that Doc Knock, that 2.0. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing there. All right. So there we go with these. It's me. Hello. Let's keep our boy Boba up for a little longer. We'll be jumping over to Star Wars here momentarily. John, yeah, Doc Knock is crazy good. He was only beaten out as my favorite figure by Nostalgia, Snake Eyes, of course, and beaten out by their own company. So it's not a bad thing for Mezco. All right, fine. Doc Knock can be number 2 as long as our Snake Eyes is number 1. Spaded. Gomez is cool, but he's less of a character and more of a template. Ah, a template, you say. See, I would think of him more as a mascot, but probably because their logo is basically Gomez. That's it. That's what we want. We want a Mezco football team, and somebody's just dressed up as Gomez on the sideline. He's one of those, just the big fuzzy plush mascots. He looks like such a fuzzy character. Let's see, speaking of Mezco, did everyone get their Batman Year One order in? By far, my most anticipated release from them, near perfection. People seemed really stoked about that. It wasn't a look that I necessarily need, but a lot of people were saying how great he was, and I'm not going to lie, he looks perfect for a Year One Batman. I'm impressed. Mezco is one of those companies that for years I've kind of been like, they're really bad at communicating. They don't say much to their people, all this, blah, blah, blah. But man, they make good stuff. And then one of the friends of the channel, Tragic Hero, sent me a Death Adder from Mezco. It's glorious. And I now have 2 Mezcos on pre-order for this year, but they're both licensed. So I'm going to have to jump in and get some of Mezco's regular stuff eventually. Spaded one. That Batman Year One is a trip. Neat to see them acknowledge toe pivot. Skew, I love Game of Death Gomez for the Bruce Leroy alternative look he can do with Nico Hodges sculpts and loose collector Montez Lee heads. Props again to Jay Hernandez for the heads up. Man, I wonder, I don't know if I noticed that. I don't know if I usually watch his stuff. I wonder if I just missed that. Oh, let's see. He can't. Okay. Let's see. Did I get that? He can do. Okay. I might have got that. I don't know. Who knows? I never know. All right. So let's get out of there. Let's jump now right into Star Wars, because I am still kind of blown away. We have Tan Wei here, who... So here's the thing. For a long time, and I think a lot of us would probably agree, their aliens and their droids are pretty good. Now, their aliens could still use a few more accessories. Droids, they generally seem to get what they need, right? No big thing when it comes to the droids. Tan Wei here, I think she's perfect. She's got the perfect build for the character. She's got really deep elbow bend. She's got cloth goods. I think this is one character where I can honestly say she doesn't need extra hands. And she doesn't need an extra head. Look at this. Look at the poses you can get her into. She does all the things you need a Tan Wei to do. She's even got a little bit of she's got the ball peg waist. She's got a diaphragm joint. She's got a neck joint at the base of her. Well, I guess that would be the neck joint. Then you've got the ball peg going into her head, it looks like. I mean, they stepped it up in a huge way with Tan Wei. This thing is impressive. And again, I think we're looking at a figure that doesn't need more hands and doesn't need more heads. They just kind of killed it with her. And there you go. That's everything she comes with. But does she need anything else? I think this is an alien that they kind of crushed it with. It's very crazy. Star, Jada and Haya have spoiled me on affordable figs. I just can't bring myself to spend Mezco caliber cash on figs anymore. In-art Batman and Terminator accepted, of course. That's fair. That's fair. And I totally get that, Star. Me, myself, I'm looking at things like, okay, definitive version. That's why Shredder's on pre-order for Mezco. That's why Hulk's on pre-order for Mezco. After them, like, I legit don't see me ever needing another Shredder. Hulk, it depends on the era, but Shredder, no, I think that's it. I think after that, I'm done. So I don't feel it's not that Mezco Shredder feels more like an investment in not spending more long term, whereas now, if you got a Shredder for say $35 or $40, you feel like it wasn't complete. Now we have to buy another Shredder, now this other Shredder to get it and everything else. I think that's the justification in my head. It's one of the reasons I don't go in on Marvel Legends is I got Wolverine, I got Spider-Man, I got Cap. They're all complete. Like, I don't need to get another brown suit Wolverine, that kind of thing. Whereas with Marvel Legends, got to get this brown suit, got to get this brown suit, got to get this brown suit, then that. And they change the colors just enough to be annoying all the way through, right? So now you're spending $150 on the Marvel Legends brown suit Wolverine trying to get the perfect one when you already got the Mafex and you're good. So that's why I've gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm okay going for the higher end stuff if it's one and done, right? But I do understand also going with the other stuff. I think the David and Lucy, I think Jada specifically, has made it so almost all their stuff is one and done as well. So if you can do one and done in a more affordable price, game on. Like, I think they're killing it. See, you got it. Let's see, is Black Series actually doing actual stuff? They are skew. That's why I'm so thrown off. Like I said, I paid attention to them for years, but kind of at a glance and seeing that most of them are all of today's reveals in Black Series, I was impressed with. Spada, that thing looks like Elon Musk designed a Q-tip. I mean, I think he was alive when he was alive when the prequels were coming out. Maybe Lucas asked him for some input. Probably not, though. I'm not sure he had invented PayPal yet. The last of the Time Lords is here. Good to see you, Anton. Thanks for stopping in again, man. What's up, Alex? Thank you, sir. Good to see you. Whee! So many buttons. Well, you can get her, and then she could clone all your action figures. That way you can drop having to worry about army builders, or stop having to worry about army builders. That's a good call. We could do that. Now, here's the other thing, though. When it comes to these, I'm not so into like the secondary and tertiary characters for Star Wars right now. Maybe I'll get there later on. So all these figures we're going to discuss, I'm not sure I'm going to go after. But on the other hand, I have to go after one. I will tell you that here in a little bit. But on the other hand, they're doing such a good job, you almost want to encourage it, And you only encourage that by buying the stuff. Skew, she's on the basketball team with Prince. Good. John, look, I know they make Black Series stuff look good, but man, it's on the pricey side. I get them on discount. Just got Baze, Han Solo, and Miggs Mayfeld at deep discount. Hey, that works, man. That's even better. I wonder, that's the one thing about secondary and tertiary characters like this. I wonder, for as good as they are, if they'll end up on deep discount. I would guess Tan Wei would, just because she's just not that popular. Pixelated, even though those Black Series figure releases are beautiful and very photogenic, they don't fit into my display. That makes all the sense, Pixelated. No worries, I totally understand that. John, Mafex seems perfect for Wolverine. It's okay if he's a bit short. I mean, supposed to be. Mafex is kind of perfect for Wolverine, though. Articulation this time? Yeah, I know. Did you see the elbow bend? Like, it's super deep. She looks nice. She does. I'm blown away by this one, Star. While the figs look good, what's the latest on the perceived quality of Black Series and Marvel Legends? Improving? I can't tell you. I haven't gotten either one in forever. So if somebody else can answer that, game on. Skew, Mofex is holding its beer for the main cast. Yup. Pixelated, John, retail prices are high, especially for army builders. Sometimes you can get lucky by finding a figure on clearance at Target. I was lucky last year. I walked in. It's like they had gotten a new wave of Transformers in and just instantly decided to discount them. So I got 1 or 2 Transformers last year at a pretty deep discount from Target, which was kind of nice. See, Pixelated, I've not had any issues with the last few Black Series I bought. Nice. Okay, let me jump in and find these again. So that's Tan Wei. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Watto. Now let me tell you about Watto. Watto is a character that Mompix enjoys. I have several. In fact, I could probably grab it's on the floor. I could grab it. I might not. I have several Star Wars figures that are in like some of the old school 1/18th that are in kind of a display case that's 8x3 spots. So there's 24 of them in there with a few exceptions. There's a Cap in there, a Wolverine, that kind of thing. I am never allowed to get rid of a Watto figure. Watto is the figure I'm talking about that will be bought. Now look at what they've included with Watto here. He has that set of wings. He has what I think, I'm trying to remember, was that a gambling book that he was looking at or like a gambling pad? He's got the stick. And then here he is with Annie and Jar Jar. And he's got the chance cube here. The one where Qui-Gon just does his whole hand wave and it goes the way Qui-Gon wants. But what's most impressive, I think, to me, he's got the extra wings so he can flap them. He can just keep them there. He's another one that doesn't need another head and he doesn't need more hands. Like, I'm blown away by what they're doing. He looks like the paint might be really good. I watched the live stream and it's really hard to tell there what's going on with all this stuff. So I wouldn't worry about, I don't know. I hope that the paint is as good as the renders are showing because with studio lighting, it's always hard to tell. But I am, man. I'm blown away by what I saw. Like, really? A flight stand? Star Wars doesn't do flight stands. What the heck? This is why I'm blown away. Like, Black Series came swinging today and like swinging hard. They were swinging for the fences. I don't know as far as the price here. I would assume with a flight stand, Watto might also be maybe a deluxe figure, but he's also a small figure. So maybe they use the flight stand to help justify the cost. But Black Series figures do not come with extras, period. That's one of the problems and one of the reasons they're not photogenic to me. Looking at this, we have some options, and Watto is looking quite photogenic, actually. There we go with all the pics. Yeah, I don't get it, but I'm impressed. Star, SHF has me for Star Wars. Kind of glad there's so few and far between. Too expensive to get a lot. Curious when the next OT character will be announced. Been a while since the last. Yeah, I'm going to need Mofex. The rumor was they were going to do a Han and Chewie, and I haven't seen anything except the Han Stormtrooper. So I want to see what they got going on before I get too crazy. I also am curious about SHF, but the one thing about SHF and Mofex, they're not going to do characters like Tanway and Watto. So if you really want to fill out that display, Black Series is making an argument that you should start adding their stuff to the shelf. And I think it's a pretty convincing argument right now. Skew Nubian. Oh yeah, I got you, Skew. John, what's a Nubian? Oh wait, wrong movie. Wait, don't. Anton, why there was a big controversial when he was introduced in the, let's see, Watto was a bit controversial when he was introduced in the prequel series. I did not know that. I knew the guys, the Trade Federation guys were. Skew, I think he's joining the Toypixx army. Oh, he's definitely joining the Toypixx army. Like, he's coming home. Let's see, people have asked, from Pixelated, people have asked if the big domestic companies might crank things up now that there's so much competition here and globally. You know what? It's about time. I'm glad they're doing it. I mean, I hope they do. They need to, because truly for the last couple of years, last several years in the case of Marvel Legends, they just haven't been worth anything as far as I'm concerned. Now, I'm somebody that takes photos of these things instead of just stands them on a shelf, but I think there's just not much you can do with this stuff. So the fact that they're coming out with them like this, making it so you can do stuff, I think people are going to be a lot more tempted. And I think this is good for toy photography as well. I mean, as a big thing, like as an overall, I think coming out with great Star Wars figures is just good for toy photography, period. Skew SHF also holding its beers too. I know, man. I know. SHF kills it. Pixelated, hope so. Same here, Skew. Star, wouldn't the Black Series fig scale a bit larger than SHF or Mafex? I think the Black Series figures scale pretty well with SHF. I don't know about Mafex. Mafex actually skews a little taller than the true 1/6 that you usually get with import stuff. But I think usually when I watch a Black Series or an SHF Star Wars review, if I'm checking Robo stuff, he shows them scaled with between each other when it's SHF and Hasbro, and they're usually pretty spot on as far as the scale. Now, again, I couldn't tell you with Mafex. Let's see, Nemoidian, let's see, Trade Federation, right? I can't remember what they were called. But yeah, Trade Federation for sure is what I was thinking of for the whole problem, like as far as the controversy. Alex, does Watto come with a hat? No hat. That would be an Attack of the Clones version of Watto. And all they have to do is resculpt or remold the head so that they can give you an Attack of the Clones version. LBZ, what's up, sir? Yo, I do like that Star Killer. Oh, we're going to get to Star Killer, because Star Killer is what blew me away the most. Skew, is it an upgrade to the other version? Oh, Skew, it's the first version they did was actual, like what people know as Star Killer. This is like a what if Star Killer. This is Lord Star Killer, which I knew nothing about. I had to get on the internet and find out what I could. Pixelated, they work with Mafex, but depends on character too. Okay. Got it. Skew correct. All right, so yeah, Watto is joining the Toypixx army for sure. Now, let's go in. It looks like, okay. We're going to do this. Bye-bye. Bye, Star Killer. We'll go back to him. I got to save him till last. You know how it goes. Here we go with the Geonosian Warrior, another alien. Now, one of the things that I've noticed people constantly complaining to the Black Series team about is that they don't do enough aliens. They decided to answer those complaints today for sure. And this thing looks great. Again, we're looking at him. He looks like he's got great colors. He looks like the articulation is really good. He's got this weapon. And again, this is a figure that really, we've got another flight stand too. This is a figure that doesn't need extra hands. He really doesn't. He's got it for the weapon, and then he flies around. This is one that you're never going to see doing anything else. Like, nobody's going to display this figure doing anything but shooting at Jedi. Like, that's it. So I'm blown away. I really am. And we haven't gotten to the part that blows me away the most. But here's another figure with extra wings, with its blaster, and with a flight stand. and he has the perfect look for these Geonosians. How many times can you say it? Look at all the articulation in the legs too. We've got a little bit here. We get the, oh man, why can't I remember the word? Yeah, help me out. Digitigrade, I believe, is what it is, with the way that the legs are done. And then we've got, looks like the elbows are going to get you plenty of bend. The sculpt is spot on. The colors are fantastic. If, again, the colors come out like the renders did. But yeah, I don't, it's like somebody gave them permission to go all out. And I'm blown away. I'm totally here for it too. Skew, John, thanks. Misa chokes and kicks Sith Lord Jar Jar back to silence. Stupid Jar Jar. Pixelated, I thought about a second head to make Attack of the Clones version, but they would need to sculpt some wrinkles into the rest of the skin and discolor him. Oh, are you talking about Watto? It's been a while since I've seen it. I'm going to have to go back and look at the differences. LBC, yeah, I'm familiar with the Gamelin star, but I didn't know about the new one they showed. I think it's a, okay, maybe I might totally be talking out, but it looked like it might have been like a what if, it's like from that game. What was it, Battlefront? I can't remember what the game was, because I think the only Star Wars game I played past the Super Nintendo ones was Shadows of the Empire. And then there was an X-Wing flight simulator I played. But I can't remember the game, but it was whatever one had Star Killer. There might have been two by now, I'm not sure. But one of them, there is a what-if scenario where Star Killer goes full-on bad, kills Darth Vader, and becomes Lord Starkiller, who is an assassin for Emperor Palpatine. But I know that part. I just couldn't tell you what game it's from or if it's a playable character. Star, any of you guys been checking out the Star Wars fan films being put out? Echo Base showcases them a lot. Pretty spectacular. Disney better watch their backside. Star Wars is back, baby. I think Disney actually, with their AI, I can't remember the company they bought into, but I think they're letting the fans do the research for them so that they know what everybody loves, and then they'll make those movies. I think that's it. Alex, I like aliens, creatures. Yeah, they're pretty rad. And by the way, Star, I think I've only seen a couple, but I need to see more. I keep hearing that they're getting better and better, and I want to check them out. Anton, in the original script, that was, let's see, what Luke Skywalker's original name was. A lot of people don't know that Star Wars went through a lot of rewrites before it finally came to the Star Wars that we know. I did know that. And I think they decided, you know what, having Killer in his name's probably not great for our hero. Skew, they are on one Star. Those AI one Star Wars theories been showcasing too. They better jettison the nonsense out of the airlock and give us our Star Wars. Yep. Anton, I like Attack of the Clones, where I think that the big battle at the end is really cool. And that's where these guys are showcased, man. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not a prequels guy. It seems a lot of people online kind of do the revisionist thing. I was never a prequels guy, but I will say, because of the Clone Wars animated series, I'm better with the prequels. I still don't think they're great movies. I wish somebody had told George no on things like Jar Jar, but I still would prefer that Lucas was in charge of Lucasfilm, that kind of thing. I wasn't a prequels guy, like I said, but there were some very cool things. Seeing a bunch of Jedi, awesome. Seeing this big Battle of Geonosis was awesome. Seeing Anakin's transition to becoming Darth Vader was awesome. I think Ian McDiarmid played the Emperor so well. I mean, there were some great things about those movies. They just, I don't know. I just didn't enjoy them like the originals. And maybe that was nostalgia. Maybe you were hoping they'd be more like the originals and less of a kind of a political thriller. I don't know. But I think, honestly, as much as it sucks, I think it boils down to Jar Jar. Like, I'll watch the original trilogy and I'll be like, okay, am I missing something? Was C-3PO really silly? And there was some goofiness, but it wasn't like he didn't exist to be comic relief. So now I'm kind of going, I keep trying, guys. I'm trying to get into be okay with the prequels, but it's still tough for me. Star, with Disney owning Fox for years, I've been hoping for an Alien or Predator Black series. So far, nothing. Star, by the way, since you're throwing out Alien there, D Amazing has a review of the 52 Toys Alien figure up. You might want to check that out after this live stream, by the way. Anton, a bit off topic, but did anybody watch the first episode of Primal of the third season? I did not, because I still haven't seen the others. John, Pixelated, that's what another company would do with them. I don't expect that from Hasbro by any stretch. Yeah. Pixelated, I remember the dark times after Return of the Jedi when we had to wait almost 20 years before seeing anything Star Wars related. Oh, yeah. Watto was looking like a hobo from Bugs Bunny in Attack of the Clones. I gotta watch it again, clearly. Skew, there is a free fan updated Battlefront. Let's see, check it out. Tons of characters added on. Really? Let's see, John. Well, we had Shadows of the Empire after like a decade or so. See, I'm remembering Shadows of the Empire. That was fun. Pixelated Brick, I imagine what you typed, sung by Nate Dogg. Oh dear, Star Skew, I can't wait for the next one. So good. See, Skew, Lucas Arts. Skew, I enjoyed the prequels. That's okay. I wish I did. Like I say, though, I'm better with them because of the Clone Wars animated series. Nerds, on my way home. What's up, Mr. Madsen? Good to see you this fine evening. Star, I heard that in the original script, Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker were two different people. Now, I did not hear that. That's interesting. Skew, Mr. Matson. Pixelated, yippee! Broke me. I was almost done. Then Anakin said that, and I was out. I was okay with yippee. Yippee was all right. I don't think I was annoyed by Anakin at all because I was so annoyed by Jar Jar. Oh dear, Star Pixelated, you are so spot on. Kyrus, what's up, man? Hi, Toypixx. Hello, everyone. Hello, Kyrus. Good to see you tonight, man. Pixelated, just hit the Toypixx. It's the Monday stream on a mission trying to find Mr. LBZ. Oh dear, I got nothing now. Star, I'm still wondering which one had the more tragic ending, Anakin Skywalker or Jake Lloyd. Both are pretty dark. Anakin had his redemption. Jake Lloyd, I feel bad for that kid. Alex, I think NECA does a Predator and Aliens. I think they scale well next to the 6-inch scale figs. They might. They're pretty, what are they, 8 feet tall? I think the Alien is supposed to be 7 to 9 feet. So that would work. Kyrus, those aliens look good for my future Star Wars cantina, Toypixx. Ooh, I didn't think about that. You could throw some of the bugs in there. That'd be fun. John, not to antagonize Dave, but I dislike the Clone Wars cartoon. It was not great. See, this is where we're all allowed to have our own opinions, even if some opinions are more correct than others. Mine's the right one here. I kid, of course, sir. You know how it goes here. We're all good with disagreeing. Anton, the second film, Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, is probably the best film. What's sad about that movie is I had really nice old-time movie theater was right near me, and it closed, right? I'm assuming right before or right after? Now, I will give Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith was a decent movie. I will throw that out there. Thank you, Star. Keeping Kyrus in. Skew, Pixelated. Are you an angel? Oh, no. Oh, no. That's how you back your future wife. I have not heard, are you an angel in forever? And the word Mac. Well played, Skew. Well played. Where is Jar Jar? No love for Jar Jar. There's never love for Jar Jar, Anton. You will never convince me that there should be love for Jar Jar. If it weren't for Jar Jar, I might have enjoyed the prequels. Him being so prominently featured in the first one ruined the second one. Anton, if anybody here's watched Star Wars Rebels, it's really good, especially when we get to the last season. Oh, I've seen Rebels. I like a lot of the animated stuff. LBC, Subrick something? Yeah, I haven't been on except dropping in on some streams. That's all right. We'll take you when we can get you. Anton, the great Tom Baker, made an appearance. Yes, there is a Time Lord in Star Wars, sort of. I wonder, was he in, which one was he in, Anton? Was it Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith? Pixelated star, neither Jank Lloyd nor Edward Furlong had a good future. Edward Furlong, I should know that name. See, Game Quest, how I long for the Star Wars Dark Ages after Disney. Oh dear, John, I found my notebook where I was, rating the episode of Clone Wars for my podcast. Man, you can sense my frustration in the handwriting. That would be entertaining. You might need to help me out with understanding what's so bad, because I think I would laugh. I'd be like, or I'd sit there and just go, "Oh man, John, it was so good to me. Now I hate it." Kairos, did that SH Jar Jar come out? Anyone get that one? I wanted to get it, but it was so expensive, hoping the price drops. I did not, Kairos, and I don't know if it came out. I would assume it had to have, but I'm not sure. Edward Furlong, John Connor. Okay, thank you, John. Mr. Madsen, let's see. The Bendu was Tom Baker. Also, David Tennant was a droid. I think I remember... David Tennant was in Ahsoka too, right? Wasn't he the main droid in that one? Steemo had to get the trifecta. Anton, he's in Star Wars Rebels as a creature that is in between the dark side of the Force and the good side of the Force. Really interesting character. Is he the wolf? No, is he the huge creature, Anton? Like the one that's almost in the sand? Rick, I embrace whatever Lucasfilm does for what it is. Love some stuff and kind of just sit with the others. Not a prequels fan, but dig the overall story. That's probably about where I'm at, Rick. Clone Wars 2 hard to watch for me, but did it. Oh no. Oh no. My opinion is it's in the minority? Mr. Madsen, same droid in many series. Okay. I'll have to pay more attention. Star, pixelated. Yep. Did Edward ever go to jail? Jake just took a social beating. Sad. I think I saw something about him. He's okay now, isn't he? Like, I don't know about Furlong so much. Brick, I just love the Star Wars universe and overall lore. I actually enjoyed the sequels a lot more than the prequels. Different strokes for different folks. And that's very true, man. Very true. And it's good to have people with differing opinions. Otherwise, things would just be way boring. Mr. Madsen, he was the Bendu. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Bendu. Okay, the huge, yeah. I got you now. John, I'm hard on Star Wars prequel stuff, but it's really so much better than a lot of other sci-fi stuff. You know, I don't watch a lot of sci-fi. I feel like Star Wars is my sci-fi, unless you count things like Transformers as sci-fi. Rick, not in the minority. People love the Clone Wars. Yes, but I must be in the majority in my own chat. Not really. We're good. Pixelated loved how Qui-Gon never thought to take the kid's mom too. He's just like, you know what? Honestly, had he taken her, that would have totally rewritten everything. Wow. I never thought of that. Skew, he's made progress. Jake Lloyd, yes, good. Good. Because it's always unfair when a kid gets piled on. I mean, it's unfair when anybody gets piled on, but especially a kid. Anton, yes, he was a huge creature that was in the sand. Tennessee spoke. Let's see. I said, I know that voice. Or once Tennant spoke. Yeah. All right. I could just stay with this chat for forever, but if I don't get to Star Killer, People are going to, possibly beat me. I don't know. So why don't we head down and get to our boy? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lord Starkiller. Probably the worst picture because it's a render. Don't worry, we'll get to far better stuff. He goes up for pre-order on February 4th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look at that thing. Just take a minute. Look at that figure. We've got now Star Wars Black Series has had the ball peg waist for a long time. You look at the elbows and you can see that he's going to have some serious bend. You've got 6 lightsabers. Those hilts are definitely silver going on there. He's going to have all the bend in the legs. Those are cloth goods that he's got on that are wired. And if you look at this picture, it's hard to tell under studio lighting. And I made this point in the video I tried to record earlier, but it's hard to tell under studio lighting how well the finishes are going to be in hand and all that. But if you look here, look how shiny that shoulder armor and his helmet are compared to what's going on with his arms and his body. Like, that's a pretty flat finish. And Star Wars seems to do finishes pretty well, if I recall correctly. You've even got a flat finish on the pants and a shinier finish going on the legs here, on the boots. So this guy is really well articulated, especially for a Star Wars Black Series figure. He's got all kinds of finishes. He's got 6 lightsabers. Again, Star Wars Black Series figures do not come with accessories. Like, you would get a Jedi and they would have a lightsaber. Yes, he's a deluxe release, but let's just keep going here. Here's another shot of him just being awesome. Like, this is a great looking figure. My problem with it has nothing to do with the figure. I don't know anything about the character except what I've told you guys that I read tonight. So he looks awesome, but do I need him on my shelf? On one hand, I want to support when Black Series does something right, and this is so right. On the other hand, what would I do with him? I don't know him. There they are, showing off a little more articulation going on with this guy. He also has butterfly joints, which is kind of what they're showing with this arm here that's straight out to the side, which is insane considering these are Star Wars figures. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show a better picture, but if you see kind of where I'm circling with the arrow, that is an extra hand. Yes, friends, we have an extra hand, and he's clearly a Force user. That's a Force push hand. And here you go. He's got 2 of them. The man has extra hands, and look at that. Looking right at his helmet there. Look how shiny and good that looks. And how matte we're looking on the other stuff here. Like on the suit, on the black areas. This thing, how? Like, how did they, hang on, we got to go back to Starkiller. How did they do this? And why is it that Starkiller gets this treatment? Because if you guys remember a few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, they did an SDCC set with Starkiller and 2 Stormtroopers. That Starkiller had all kinds of effects and hands, loaded up on hands. How is it Starkiller, of all characters, gets all this love, but Han, Luke, Leia, Anakin, Darth, Obi-Wan, they don't get this kind of love unless they're SDCC exclusives, like in the case of this most recent one with Obi-Wan and Anakin. Like, I need, like, okay, so one thing this does is it opens the door in a huge way. Our Black Series figures going to start getting extra hands now? Is that what's going to happen? Are the Jedi going to start coming with Force push hands? Because people have been begging for that stuff. Are we getting extra accessories? Is Hasbro finally going to say, all right, we know that we're never going to be able to make this stuff because everybody else makes it awesome, and or not make it, but sell it because everyone else is awesome and we really fell behind. Have they finally loosened the purse strings a little bit to let this happen? There's too many questions, but just looking at him, I at least like this answer. Now, let's get to the chat and see if you're all going crazy like I was when I saw this. Skew, seeing, let's see, Awaking, getting some fandom has helped. Awaking. What did I know? Let's see, Dave. Transformers is very much sci-fi. Woohoo! Thank you, John. All right. I have sci-fi now. I guess I watched Star Wars and Transformers. Game Quest, love the Clone Wars. Rebels at this point is kind of the bow for me at this point. The first Mandalorian season was also gold. I liked season 1 and season 2, and I think I'm in the majority opinion there, at least the people that you hear talking about on YouTube. But yeah, 2, when Luke showed up at the end, man, that's everything I wanted to see there. John Pixelated, he tried. Wanto wouldn't bet for both. Yeah, still, if Qui-Gon had just taken her, what was Watto going to do? Man. Skew, we'll leave the sand and the moms. Mr. Madsen, I was with you, Dave, until you called Star Wars sci-fi. It's fantasy. Well, I've heard space opera and fantasy. It's fair. It's fair. Transformers, though, I'm taking that as my sci-fi. Skew, nah, wait, what? No, we got to leave the sand and the moms. Star, not sure which has died harder for me, Star Wars or Star Trek. Both are heartbreaking to me. Yeah, but Star, as long as we keep getting figures like these, I think they can survive. I wish Nacelle was doing a better job with Star Trek, like articulation-wise. They're getting, the likeness seems pretty good with Nacelle, but I need the articulation to get better. I need everybody that makes toys to get out of 2008, which is, by the way, when SH Figuarts introduced a ball peg waist. And I need him to get back to 2026 and step it up. Anton, the animated stuff for Star Wars was really good, even a little better than the movies. I think a lot of it was good. I even liked the Bad Batch. And Visions. Visions is incredible. Not to mention, what was it? What am I thinking right now? No, I think it was mostly Visions I was thinking of. That Ronin ep was awesome. Everything I was going to say there was going to be swearing. Brick, that's true love when you let go of a thing and share it with others. Yep, that's upgraded. It is, Skew. Pixelated John, yeah, but Qui-Gon didn't try that hard. Also, he really could have just put her on the ship with him. What was Watto going to do about it? Yep, that's kind of what I was wondering too. I want this. It's so good, isn't it, Alex? Anton, that is a really cool figure. He looks like a knight in many ways. He does. He's definitely a Sith knight, but he does look like a knight. Skew, Pixelated, he'd have kept floating around saying, Nubian. Don't. I'm going to keep saying it that way, aren't I? Pixelated, people complain about Disney ruining Star Wars, but nothing has been worse than the mismanagement of the Trek theatrical releases. That's, yeah. Trek's hit it hard, man, and with their shows, too. And Disney hasn't totally ruined Star Wars, for me anyway. Like, they have put out some good stuff. You have to remember, Disney was in charge when Clone Wars Season 6 and 7 came out. And 7, I know even if you're a Clone Wars hater, if you watch the last 4 episodes of Season 7 of Clone Wars, that's basically a movie, and it's a great movie. It's happening at the same time that Anakin becomes Darth Vader. It's really cool. Brick, the comics and novels did a good job of dealing with the whole Shmi/slavery hanging thread from the prequels. Abolishing slavery becomes a focus of Padme, even to the extent of building a secret movement. I got to get into the comics. I didn't know that. See, her body doubles/handmaidens lead and continue the movement even after her death. That's awesome. Padme was awesome. Plus, I decided that I love Natalie Portman. Skew, wasn't that game classic, Starkiller? My cousin played it on Wii. I think I know of him. Darth Vader's apprentice. Sam did the voice, right? I don't know. Was Starkiller the name of the game? I don't remember. Pixelated. He looks like a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica. The helmet does kind of have that, doesn't it? See, GameQuest sold on Starkiller. Really enjoyed the games, and this looks phenomenal. I'll have at least one Black Series fig this year, it appears. I might have two. If I want to really encourage Hasbro that this is the way, I might need to get this Starkiller. And again, I know nothing about him. Anton, I know what you can do with them. You have all the medieval knight stuff, so this evil Jedi has been transported to your medieval setting and he fights them. Dang it, Anton. Ah, Sir Gideon Heavensbrand versus Lord Starkiller. Oh, you're killing me because that's such a good idea. Crap. Skew did the voice. And Mocap also did Maul on Clone Wars. Awesome actor and fan legend. That's right, Sam Witwer. Okay, you said somebody said Sam, and I was like, Sam. Yeah, he does great work. Anakin. Annie. Pixelated. Maybe Hasbro is willing to put more into Star Wars since a new movie is on the way. Maybe Disney realized, maybe Hasbro actually negotiated a better contract for themselves too. Because Disney, no matter what we think of current Star Wars, the profits haven't been there like they used to be. So it might be that Disney said, okay, look, we'll keep this license for you and we'll keep making figures, but you're going to have to cut down on the licensing fee. I don't know, though. We'll see. I mean, we'll never know that answer. We just will know what happens with the figures going forward. Skew, thanks, Dave. We want articulation. Yep, for sure. John, I'm still waiting on my nacelle figure. Let's see. Amos from The Expanse. Still waiting on that Kickstarter. Force Unleashed. Thank you, Skew. Okay, Skew, it was pretty sure. Kyrus, Toypixx, I want classic Cylons, 112 scale. Anyone else? Anyone? Dang, all right. So Starkiller is clearly reminding people of the Cylons. Skew, this guy is tempting. I know, like, it's ridiculous. And again, it's a figure I know nothing about. But, I mean, that is twisted. It does everything right. This needs to be the prototype for what they do with Star Wars moving forward. And then when you get to like these guys with added wings and flight stands and all that, I'm sure the flight stand is included in part because these are going to be small figures. At least I think they're small figures. If you're getting wings, if you're getting flight stands, if you're getting these huge blaster type things, you got to give Luke some extra hands, man. Like, Vader needs his force push hands. That's what needs to happen. But I'm cautiously optimistic. Starkiller here makes me think they're going to really step up Black Series this year. But we've all been let down by companies before. So this is incredible. This should be encouraged. I wish they'd done this with a Darth Vader because then they'd know how important this is. Starkiller, he's really cool. So if I get him, it'll be just to encourage this and because of Anton, because this guy versus Heavensbrand could be really cool. I love Star Wars. I was there when it first launched and took over the world. That said, reruns of original series Trek was the foundation for my lifelong love of all things sci-fi and space fantasy. Star Trek, huh? I remember I saw the first 6 movies, like the ones with the old cast and all that. And for whatever reason, they didn't grab me like Star Wars did. I mean, I love the Shat. The Shat cracks me up almost every time I see him. So I will still watch when he's going to be on something. And there was something I saw that made it sound like he was going to be on another Star Trek project, which is insane. But yeah, maybe I'll go back and rewatch those at some point. I've been actually trying to catch up. I've been trying to watch a couple episodes of the Japanese Transformers Headmaster series with the English dubs recently. And I'm up to maybe episode 8. I don't know. But yeah, I do need to catch up on some stuff I haven't seen over just the stuff I have. Mr. Matson, Nacelle is in trouble. Are they? Oh, that sucks. I hadn't heard that. Anton, remember, it's always stay to trouble. Always have fun. Always buy more toys, buy more comic books, buy more action figures so you can add it to your collection and always have fun. Anton, thank you, man. You have a blast as well this fine evening. Thanks for stopping by as always. It's always a pleasure to see you, man. Skew, oh noes, oh my, still need Sulu drinking his tea so he can say, shields, shields. Also getting Kirk. Man, you know what though? But is he drinking Russian tea? That's what's key, Skew, as we have learned this fine evening. Let's see, Anton. Let's see, I'm out too. Woo, good to see everyone. Good to see you too, Brick. Thanks for stopping in this fine evening, man. Always good to see everybody. It's been good times. 8:16. Ooh, we're still moving. We're still moving on this. So, okay, guys, let's say that the Black Series team decides we're moving forward and we're doing this kind of thing. We're giving everybody all the things, but we're going to do it at the, what is it now, the $28 price point. What if Hasbro actually stepped up their price points so they could do this kind of thing? I wouldn't be upset, to be very honest. But let's say, again, Black Series decided moving forward, the Aliens and Starkiller here, the direction they're going to go. What figure do you want to see get this kind of treatment right now? What character? I'll say straight up, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker. Han, of course, because Han's the man. But I think first, you got to do Return of the Jedi, Darth, and Luke. And I only say that because that's when Luke has his hardcore force powers. So now we've got force hands going on with both of them. You got lightsabers. Who knows how many different lightsaber effects they're going with. Maybe even extra heads. Possibly. I'm not so worried about that with those two. Well, especially Darth. Luke could use an extra head maybe. But yeah, what's the next figure, the next character you want to see get this kind of treatment from the Black Series? Star, next time, Brick. See, was wondering same, Dave. See, yeah. Because, yeah, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, faux show need to get this treatment. Yeah, I don't even know what to, I don't know what to add, to be honest. Like, this is just, we might just keep Starkiller on here for the rest of the stream just because we're looking at a human character with 2 extra hands, which is insane. 6 lightsabers, too. Also insane, but 2 extra hands? Come on, Black Series. Don't do this to us and take it away. That's what's important. Don't start this and then say, nah, we were just kidding, guys. That's adorable. No. We need this. John, I want a really, really good Wedge Antilles. He's one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. I know the Rogue Squadron series is Legends. I don't care. Yeah, I'm okay with Legend stuff, John. No worries there. A cool Wedge with, like, let's see, he'd have to have hands for flying his X-Wing. Then he'd have to have a blaster holding hand. Yeah. Probably, so you could go with Wedge. Oh man, see, this is terrible because I could get totally lost in trying to figure out hands all day. Like, ideally, and this is just me being totally spoiled by Action Force and Monster Force, ideally everybody comes with at least 2 sets of extra hands. But I'm so blown away by 1 set of extra hands from the Black Series that right now I'll take it. Star, if Hasbro went back and started fresh from original trilogy with this kind of upgrading, I'd be willing to give them another chance. No washing instructions on the cape. I mean it, Hasbro. I would too, Star, honestly. Pixelated, I'd like to see them go all out on Admiral Thrawn. Oh, that would be amazing. Oh, that's a good call there, Pixelated. Skew, do Black Series, Epic, Teal Shine, and Jace Malcolm 2-pack. Star Wars, what is it? Oh, Knights of the Old Republic, right? Let's see. And Wilford Brimley Caravan Scurry. Caravan of Courage with lead girl actress, 2-pack for Deadpool with diabetes products. What? Now we're everywhere. We're everywhere. Though I do remember the movie you speak of, Skew. Yup, no. John, let's see, removable helmet, old wedge head for the last movie. Oh, that'd be all right too. A removable helmet would be key. Although sometimes you wonder, do they want to do the removable or should they do, I mean, it would probably be cheaper. Or should they do just a head with the helmet sculpted on? Pixelated John, Wedge was always the best pilot out there. No force powers. That's true. And I will say, when he showed up in the sequel trilogy, I was pretty stoked. I'm like, yes, we got Wedge. Skew, Wedge and Corin Horn 2-pack. Who's Corin Horn? Why do I not know these names, Skew? I thought I was a nerd. Like, okay, I'm a bad nerd in a lot of ways, but I thought I was a good Star Wars nerd. Skew equals fire. Dang it, man. Game Quest all out on the Old Republic. Oh, boy. Let's see. I want full-size figs of the creatures in that hologram game that Chewie and R2 were playing on the Falcon with a 6-inch scale playing board. I'd buy that. That would be pretty funny. Game Quest, did you mean you want them to go all out on the Old Republic? Or do you mean, yeah, they touch Old Republic, I'm out? John, look, if we're going to get a Wilford Brimley figure, it's got to be from Hard Target. If you know, you know. And I don't know. I've heard of Hard Target, but I've never seen it. John, Skew, agreed 100%. Game Quest by All Out. I mean, all in. Got it. Skew, that's the only one from Star Wars. Let's see, the Old Republic they need. Plus the smuggler with a cowboy hat. Watch the Old Republic movie from 2012. How do I not know this stuff? I think I've just watched the movies and the animated stuff. And I think after that, I've just been like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to read comics or check other stuff. See, Nico was his name. Niceo. I don't know why I went with that, Skew. I should never sing. I mean, I think we established that a long time ago. Thanks, Game Quest. Wilford Brimley with special oatmeal bowl accessory. He does need, you need like one of those old school pull, like the string with a little plastic handle at the end, so you can pull, and he just says, diabetes. That's the Wilford Brimley action figure I want. John, Dave, imagine Cajun Wilford Brimley on a horse with a bow and arrow as Jean-Claude Van Damme's uncle. The worst best Cajun accent on film. I have to see Hard Target now. Cajun Wilford Brimley. Oh, this is ridiculousness. I'm in. Star, maybe an upgraded series of characters from Knights of the Old Republic video games. Man, you guys are going video games. I'm thinking like the movies. Hey, let's see. I mean, any Jedi should have, like, they could totally redo all the Jedi and I would be happy. Give them all Force hands. Actually, for a long time, I thought it would be fun to get like the main Jedi from SHF. So you get Obi-Wan, you get Anakin, you get Yoda, you get Mace Windu. Okay, you've got like your main Jedi right there, right? And then get the Star Wars Black Series Jedi, like as kind of the background guys, Kiadi Mundi, Ayla Secura, you know, all those, right? Kit Fisto and Plo Koon. Like I could go nuts. But you make those kind of other Jedi that are just there, but you've got your main Jedi with all the hands and all that. But then I thought, nah, I want them to have all the hands. Man, redo all the Jedi and give them this love. And I'll jump in. I will totally jump in. It doesn't matter if they're prequel trilogy. I thought the looks were really cool, even if I didn't necessarily like the movies. I will jump in. You give me all those prequel Jedi, and I'm in for sure. Let's see, Revan. Oh, I know Darth Revan. Oh, man. User, let's see, just started collecting Black Series around 2 months ago because of the Kyle Katarn announcement. It was the trigger that sent me down the rabbit hole. Love more expanded universe representation in the line. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in this fine evening. Much appreciated. And yeah, that Kyle Katarn was pretty cool. So for me, I want a lot of options with these figures so I can take a lot of different kinds of photos with them. So the Kyle Katarn looked cool, but he didn't have like extra hands, so I wasn't that interested. This kind of thing, man, if they jump in and do this, we're all going to be in for such a treat. Oh, I can't wait to see what's next. But again, thank you for stopping by tonight. I wish your name says user, so I'm like, oh no, well, I'm just calling you user now. But again, thanks, man. I appreciate it. John, I want the Shaggy Jedi from the original Clone Wars cartoon. Oh, the the Tartakovsky. That's a sweet tune too. And the Anakin voice was really good on there, which shocked me. Yeah, that would be fun. I actually have those as DVDs in the studio. Star, I'm hoping one of these fan film creators does a short of Yoda as a Padawan. I've always wondered what that would look like. You know that Yoda was like the biggest troublemaker ever as a Padawan, which would be hilarious. You're right, Star. We need to see that. Yoda, Darth Vader, and Han Solo are my favorite characters from Star Wars, bar none. Skew, The Firm, Tom Cruise, let's see, and Wilford Brimley 2-pack with Tom kicking him in the 2-pack. Oh dear. I don't know. I think I've seen The Firm, but I don't remember it. Yes to expanded universe. Pixelated Legends and expanded universe were so creative. I got to go back and look at a lot more. I mean, Shadows of the Empire is the only thing I really know outside of the movies and the animated stuff. John, I also have the original Clone Wars on DVD. Then Wipe and I got them to catch up before Revenge of the Sith. Nice. Yeah, Grievous. That's when you saw just how tough Grievous was. Because he didn't really... You knew he was supposed to be kind of terrifying in the movies, but even when he fought Obi-Wan, he wasn't that terrifying. But in those Toon episodes, Grievous was awesome. Grievous, wait. What if they gave some real love to Grievous? Because that Grievous, I mean, I know SHF just did him, but he's like, what is he on BBTS? Isn't he something like $170? Hang on, let me head over there real quick. Because I'm not sure he is on BBTS, actually. SH Figuart Star Wars, and I will see. Oh, he is. Yeah, he's $175. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. If you're looking for some Star Wars figures, man, go to BBTS and type in SH Figuart Star Wars. They've got quite a few. Hold on, we'll end the stream with that. Let me jump over to that real quick. So I typed just in the search, SH Figuart Star Wars. We've got the new Chewie. We've got 3PO. We've got R2. We've got Obi-Wan. We've got General Grievous. And yeah, $175. I don't mind going a little pricey on my Star Wars because, like I say, if they're definitive, I'm in. But that's a lot of money. We got Heavy Infantry Mando. We got Jar Jar, who can go to hell and die. We've got Han Solo. We've got Luke. Oh, we've got, I think, were they from Visions as well, that character? Then we've got Ahsoka. Like a lot of SH Figuart Star Wars on BBTS right now. Hello there. What's going on? Let's see. King Moonracer. What's going on, man? Let's see. Look at those pants. Do we think they maybe use them? Let's see. Could reuse some of these Starkiller parts for a Dark Empire Luke figure. Help them out, guys. Anybody on Dark Empire Luke. And thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Skew, yes to that Luke. There it is. But yeah, this is kind of crazy. Like I need a Han. I need a Han. Let's see, Bannerstein, respect Jar Jar. I can't. It's the one thing that I can't respect. Look at that. $150 for the most evil character in all of Star Wars history. Look at this. Look at this. He's mocking all of us. Look at him. Look at him be that guy. I can't do it. Pixelated, you mean Senator Jar Jar? Yes, that's how corrupt politics are, ladies and gentlemen. Jar Jar Binks can become a senator. Star, I can't go down that hole. I've already sold all my SHF prequel characters. Slow breath. It's OT only. Slow breath from now on. Focus. Hey, focus is good, Star. I will never go after anybody for trying to focus their collection. And right in front of you here is the one character that should make it, so you just don't want anything to do with prequel trilogy figures. John, all my Star Wars mains are the Hoth versions. Ooh, those would probably be my favorite versions, except maybe for Luke. Like Luke needs to be the Jedi, but like the Bespin Luke is really good too. Let's see, though the Leia is the comic Hoth version. Yeah, she's Leia and Padme both had so many cool costume versions. Vanderstein, he's beautiful. LOL. Bought him in Japan. Darth Jar Jar. That's all right. That's all right. So I'm assuming you got him at a much better cost than $150, Vanderstein. Kairos, Toypixx, what do you think is the better figure? Batman Hush Gong 112 or the LPZZ Batman Hush 112? From what I've seen, my preference is articulation, so I'm always going to go with the lack of cloth goods, Kairos. But that just depends on your preference. If you like cloth goods more than figures that don't have it, you're probably going to say Gong, and they both look phenomenal. So mine is just, it really is just a straight up articulation preference. So that's the way I would go. Star, let's see, General Grievous is on that same page. Slow breath. He is, Star. But one thing that'll help you, I think, is the $175 price tag on General Grievous. I mean, this probably is the best Grievous that'll be made. So if you need a Grievous in your collection, this is the one to get, I think. But yeah. Yeah, even extra hands? Okay, I need to get off this before I talk myself into General Grievous. All right, folks. Oh, we got 8:33. So for all the new folks that stopped in tonight, one, I very much appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. I always love seeing new people. Always seeing the old guard too. You guys make these things a blast to do. But generally what I do is I go through till about 8:30, and then we call it a night. Star, I saw something about the LPZZ Arkham Knight Batman in a review that's a deal breaker for me, selling my LPZZ Batman and Deathstroke. Some things can't be escaped. Wow, is it the height? Because I think the height is where people had problems. Take care, y'all. You too, Skew. So again, thanks to everybody for stopping by tonight. We do this every Monday and Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till about 8:30. So hope to see everybody on Thursday when we have, well, a brand new topic. So again, thanks for stopping by, everybody. You could have done anything tonight, but you chose to hang out here with all of us, and I greatly appreciate it. So until next time, have fun and happy snapping. See ya. This is me hitting end stream once. I'm going to do it again, and things get awkward. Woo!